Audible?
Yeah, yeah. Your video is not there. Jaydeep,
Sir, am I visible now?
your video. Oh, yeah. Now it is
Okay,
audible.
okay, okay. Hi,
Yeah,
hello
please.
everyone. I hope all of you remember that I have asked you to complete 6th class geography NCRT. May I know how many of you read it?
Sixth class geography. It looks none of
Anyway,
them have done it.
yeah. Anyway, let's have a small test based on it. I have prepared 15 questions. All of these are from 6th class NCRT. You'll be given 5 minutes to complete the test. So, shall we start the test? I'll share the PDF here.
But how do they? They have to take
Sir,
down. Or
They
is
can
it?
write down the answers in their notebooks, sir, and then they can check it out
Yeah.
when Mr. Jaydeep will be telling the answers. Mr. Jaydeep, are you able to share
yeah.
the screen? This has to be shared.
Hmm. Is it visible on the screen? Can anyone see this?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, based on 6th class NCRT, I have prepared 15 questions. You'll be given 5 minutes to complete the test. Shall we begin? Mark the answers in your notes itself. We'll evaluate after 5 minutes when you're done.
Through the chat box also, they will be able to
Yeah,
check with the questions, right, sir?
yeah, yes, ma'am. These questions are of the basic nature. I hope everyone would do well.
Time up. We can start with the.
Is everyone done? Can anyone respond?
Yeah, they're responding that they have done it.
Okay, now we'll discuss the answers and give explanation to that questions. Let's evaluate yourself. Just give me a minute. I have shared a Word document in chat box. Fine, let's discuss the answers. First question is, what are celestial bodies? Right answer is option B, objects visible outside of Earth's atmosphere. The sun, moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Celestial object is a naturally occurring physical entity, association, or structure that exists in the observable universe. Second one is, what is the shape of the Earth? Most of you might have answered the other option. The right answer is geoid. Earth is roughly a sphere. Geoid model of the figure of Earth, that is of the planet size and shape. It is roughly of a sphere. It's not a sphere. So Earth is given a different shape, which is known as geoid. Third question is, where do we find asteroids? Asteroids are found between Mars and Jupiter. So the right answer is option D. Asteroids are small rocky objects that orbit the sun. Although asteroids orbit the sun like planets, they are much smaller than planets. Asteroids live in the main asteroid belt, a region between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. For the fourth question, the planet known as the Earth is, right answer is option C, Venus. Most of you might have mentioned Mars as the Earth's twin. but Venus is the right answer. Venus has long been called Earth's twin, primarily because of the two planets are same in size. Earth and Venus are same in size. So it is known as Earth's twin. Let's see for the fifth question. All the planets move around the sun in a right answer is option C, elongated path. All the planets of the solar system, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, move around the sun in a fixed elongated path. The paths are called as orbits, and all the planets move along its orbit. For the sixth one, the total number of longitudes are option A 360. We'll talk about this in the later classes. For the seventh one, which lines pass through India? I hope everyone have marked it right. Right answer is option C, Tropic of Cancer. We spoke about this in the previous class. For the eighth question, direct rays of the sun fall on the equator on, right answer is option A, 21st March. On 21st March and September 23rd, direct rays of the sun fall on the equator. At this position, neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun. So whole earth experiences equal day and night. This is called as equinoxes. Let's see for the ninth question. The mountain range that separates Europe from Asia is, right answer is Urals. The continent of North America is linked to South America by, right answer is option A, an isthmus. The isthmus of Panama in Panama links the continents of North and South America and separates the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Isthmus of Panama not only connects North and South America, but it also separates Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. So let's see what is isthmus. Isthmus is a narrow strip of land with sea on either side, forming a link between two larger areas of land. So there is a slight difference between isthmus and strait. Let's see what is strait. Strait is a narrow passage of water connecting two seas or two other large areas of water. So in isthmus, it is a strip of land. Strait is a passage of water. So let's talk about 11th one now. The Pal Strait lies between the countries. Right answer is option B, India and Sri Lanka. I hope everyone know this question. For the 12th one, southernmost Himalayas are known as option A, Shivaliks. Northernmost Himalayas are known as Himadri, and the middle part is Himachal. And the lesser Himalayas are also known as Shivaliks, lay at the last part of Himalayas. We'll talk about Himalayas in the later classes. The 13th question, the oldest mountain range in India is option A, Aravalli Hills. For the 14th question, which forest is home for lions in India? Right answer is option B, Gir forest. For the 15th question, where is Pangyong Lake situated? It has been in news in recent days. Right answer is option C, Ladakh. So I would like to know how many of you have made 15 out of 15. You don't have to. I request all of you to enter your marks in the chat box, either publicly or privately, so that I'll understand how much you have read the book. Let's take a 1 minute and do this task. Please enter your marks either privately or publicly. That's good. 7 is really good. Can all of you respond, please? Wow, that's nice.
Yashwini got 14 out of 15.
That's incredible. That's really nice to see. Okay, fine. I hope everyone have done really well. For the next class, we'll have a test on 7th class geography. Is that fine with everyone? In the previous class, we sorry, I have made a PPT. I'll just share this. In the previous class, we spoke about Big Bang theory. This is the pictorial representation of the Big Bang theory, showing it all started 13.77 billion years ago.
We are not able to see the PPT.
Ma'am, now?
Only the first screen is coming.
But not the
Others, are
image.
you able to see? The laptop front screen only is seen.
I'm sending the document in chat box. Please view this. Ma'am, is it visible now?
Now can you see? The PPT is just opening. The chat box one I have just opened. It is showing very fine. I will stop. You can try
Yeah.
it. Maybe it should now open. Is this the one? Yeah.
Mm,
Is it the one?
yes, ma'am. This is the pictorial representation of the Big Bang theory, showing it is showing us it all started 13.77 billion years ago. Here we spoke about dark age. Later galaxies were formed. Later planets were formed. In the previous class, we spoke until the formation of galaxies. First of all, there was a huge explosion, and later it led to the formation of matter. And later, microwave background was formed, and it led to the formation of dark age. And later, it led to the formation of visible light. And simultaneously, ultraviolet radiation was also formed. Later, galaxies and stars were formed. Galaxies continued to move away from each other, which led to the expansion of the universe. So we can call it the expansion of the universe. We have discussed until this. Let's write few definitions now. Yeah, what is nebula? What is nebula? Nebula is a collection of the matter which is nothing but hydrogen. A cloud of hydrogen gases in the universe is known as nebula. Nebula is a cluster of gases. Within this cluster, there might be a formation of some more small clusters with higher density. So nebula is a cluster of gases. Within this cluster, there might be a formation of some more clusters with higher density. These smaller nebulas are tend to form celestial bodies. I hope everyone is able to follow this. These smaller nebulas are tend to form celestial bodies. The most common one among them is the star. Please write these down. Within the galaxy, we have nebulas. Within the galaxy, we have nebulas. Within a period of time, relatively smaller nebulas turn into stars. Within a period of time, relatively smaller nebulas turn into stars. These nebulas can also turn into planets. We call them as planetary nebulas. We call them as planetary nebulas. Let's write a definition for galaxy. Galaxy is formed due to gravitational attraction. Galaxy is formed due to gravitational attraction of initial matter formed in the initial universe. Galaxy is mainly composed of gases. Galaxy is mainly composed of gases which might take up the form of stars. Galaxies are mostly composed of large number of stars. Galaxies are mostly composed of large number of stars. The size of the galaxy varies from, it is given on the screen, the size of the galaxy varies from 80,000 to 1,50,000 light years. 1 light year is equal to 9.5 into 10 to the power of 12 kilometers. We'll talk about types of galaxies now. Mainly galaxies are of two types. Galaxies are of two types. They are normal galaxy and peculiar galaxy. Normal galaxy and peculiar galaxy. Normal galaxies are identified by Hubble telescope. Normal galaxies are identified by Hubble telescope. Normal galaxies are further divided into three types. They are spiral galaxy, elliptical galaxy, elliptical galaxy. And the third one is irregular galaxy. So can anyone answer which galaxy we are living in? Can anyone respond?
Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah, thank you. Our Milky Way galaxy is an example of spiral galaxy. Now we'll talk about stars. A star grows from localized lump of gases. Please note this down. Star grows from localized lump. Lump means accumulation. Localized lump of gases. These stars emit radiation including visible light and ultraviolet radiation. As shown in the picture, stars started forming 12 billion years ago itself. That means after almost 1 billion years of Big Bang, stars started forming 12 billion years ago. Let's talk about life cycle of stars. Life cycle of stars. Write it in a stepwise manner. Making of stars started with nebula. We discussed about it earlier. Started with nebula. It first gave rise to protostar. We always hear the name of proto, like proto satellite. ISRO is going to launch a proto satellite. It means like it is an example of the further original version. Nebula first gave rise to protostar. Protostar will later convert as main sequence star. Main sequence star. Later, red giant star will arise. Red giant star. After that, supernova stays. Supernova stage will now turn into a neutron star. Neutron star. At the final stage, we have black holes. We'll have black holes at the end. So precisely, this is the life cycle of star. We'll talk about planets now. So before talking about planets, can anyone tell what is an exoplanet? What is an exoplanet?
Mr. Jaydeep, can we close the session in another 2-3 minutes?
I'll close this in 5 minutes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Can anyone respond? What is an exoplanet? Exoplanets are planet-like objects which are found around stars beyond our solar system. These are found around stars beyond our solar system. Exoplanets are nothing but celestial objects which are revolving around other stars. I mean other than sun. We have named them exoplanets just for our convenience. Please note this down. Kepler telescope, Kepler Space Telescope of NASA finds out exoplanets. Kepler Space Telescope of NASA. We'll now talk about Goldilocks zone. What is Goldilocks zone? Goldilocks zone. A zone around a star in which if a planet is found, a zone around a star in which if a planet is found, that planet is called, that planet could fulfill habitable conditions. Such planets are important to us. On Earth, we have habitable conditions because there is the presence of Goldilocks zone around Sun. We'll talk about Sun. Sun comprises of 6 layers. At the center of it, there is core. The temperature at core is 15 million degrees Celsius. Sun has 6 layers. At the center, we have core. At the core, there is a temperature of 15 million degrees Celsius. Second one is radioactive zone. Third one is convective zone. Fourth one is photosphere. Fifth one is chromosphere. Sixth one is corona. Here I am not talking about the disease corona. Stellar corona, it is an aura of plasma that surrounds the sun and other stars. It is an aura of plasma that surrounds the sun and other stars. We'll wind up by talking about solar system now. I'll just brief it out. Our solar system consists of 8 planets. Our solar system and planets were formed 4.6 billion years ago. Out of 8 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are called as inner planets. They lie between Sun and the belt of asteroids. The other 4 planets are called outer planets. They are also known as giant planets. We'll talk about Earth and interior of Earth in the next class. If you have any doubts, please let me know.
Mr. Jaydeep, can we have the next class on 27th Sunday? Jaydeep,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's
can
fine,
we
sir.
have the next class on 27th Sunday around 5 o'clock?
Yes, sir. That will be fine.
So you can tell them the homework if it is there,
Yeah, sure, sir.
any 6th class or 7th class or whatever it is, then they should definitely come after thorough
Yeah.
preparation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll have a test. Fee. Please prepare for it thoroughly.
Evening 5 o'clock.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Madam, you please announce next week
Yes, sir.
subject for the essay.
And students, any questions? Meanwhile, note down the topic for the essay for this week. The role of regional parties in federalism. The role of regional parties in federalism. The juniors can write it in 500 words and seniors can write it in 1000 words. Thank you, Mr. Jaydeep, for the session.
Thank you.
We will end it now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jaydeep.
Thank you, sir.
You did a good job by presentation of the PPT and
Thank you, sir.